to our Smart Investor channel. So today was pretty crazy, highly volatile day. It started off by having a significant drop volatility throughout the day, and as we received finally the news of Trump administration to actually transition towards the Biden administration, that had a huge effect, especially on the Dow, who actually did a record, guys, of 30K. So that's impressive, 1.5%, 50% today. The other markets actually did pretty good as well, S&P especially. What does that mean for the stocks, right? So as you know, the first time that Pfizer, 3, 4 weeks ago, Pfizer announced the first one actually to announce that the vaccines were 90% effective. Then, there was a big switch from stocks, tech stocks, and home stocks that we call to recovery stocks in the leisure. Think about, casinos, restaurants, hotels, and so on and so forth. We learn now that this did recover, obviously because COVID-19 is not going to get over within the next few days, weeks, or even months. Some articles are even talking about years to come, right? That we would actually recover completely. So I think there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of volatility in this. There's a lot of emotions into the stock that is being invested, right? So that being said, though, what should you be doing? As far as I'm concerned, emotions, I'm going to put them aside. Red days or magnificent days. Why? Because I'm going to buy the dips. I'm going to buy those dips throughout this journey, the next couple of weeks, months ahead. What happened today, though? Especially for those owners of Zoom, there's Peloton and so on. Those got hit. Obviously, Teladoc as well. I firmly believe in Teladoc. I think that's definitely a great stock to hold long term. I'm a long term investor already in Teladoc. I think there's so many issues, so many things happening in the health industry, in the hospital sector that needs improvement efficiency wise and rendering a better scale of service as well. So, and it's not happening, right? We all know that. I think Teladoc will bring an added value down the road. And this, the COVID-19 just speed up their growth, right? So this is really great. Though, is it priced in at the right price? Is it overpriced? It's questionable. I think I'll definitely buy further dips. Um, Bottom line, what I believe is that as the more we're going to get news about the vaccines, the more we're going to get news about Biden being confirmed towards January. Obviously, I think a lot of those stocks, home stocks, right, and generally tech stocks, depending on which, will get hit momentarily, temporarily, right? Because I think it's logical to think that a lot of people will be investing their money into boosting restaurants, the leisure, the more tourist side of it. I'll show you a graph actually just shortly that I find very useful, interesting that I actually am using personally. That shows you the graph, of all the companies that we consider more recover stocks. So today, to summarize it, the market, great outcome. I think there was a lot of great opportunities to day trade today. I made a lot of juicy profits today from just day trading. To be honest, I didn't personally invest into any companies today. I felt that it was way too volatile, too risky for my taste, but I did day trade a lot. So that was a great day. So I mean, there's days like that, right? You can invest, you don't see the opportunities. I'm gonna wait for the markets, especially some companies, to drop a bit further and take opportunity of that. Again, key thing here, guys, remember, okay? And we've learned this so far since the news of Pfizer. Some of you got hit pretty bad. I think we're learning from this, right? So when we're the more we're going to receive news about the vaccines, right? The more we're going to receive news about the Biden administration being confirmed. It's volatile. It's not something that is going to be permanent, but some of your stocks will get hit. So do try to anticipate. Look at your portfolio and look at it in the last weeks, month. What were the stocks that had a huge impact as soon as those news got out? And then try to think, is your average cost in good enough to hold? So make an analysis. I invite you to definitely do that. As far as I'm concerned, I did. I learned a lot from the 3, 4 weeks ago, and the news today actually didn't affect my portfolio. So that I was very happy about. I diversified a little bit more to make sure that I don't get caught into this a second time. All right, so you guys probably noticed today that some of the stocks that actually did pretty well today were the cannabis industry, but as well the obviously leisure and tourism side, right? So all the airlines did pretty damn good today. Think about American Airlines, Air Canada, United Airlines. Those were all great. Boeing, right? So all great companies that still have a lot of room for growth since back of February, March this year. Right? Though what you may have noticed as well is that some of your stocks probably got hit pretty bad today, especially if you were in the EV industry and you have stocks like Solo, for example, who were hit pretty bad at 17.35% in post market. They're still going there at minus 1.9%. There's Candy, they got hit as well. Neo, famous Neo, right? Got hit as well. So there's all the companies in EV got pretty much hit, except obviously Tesla, who are still going up, obviously following the news of being integrated into S&P, which is huge news. I'm a big stock holder of Tesla, and I'm doing pretty damn good on that. And I'm hoping that you already were invested in Tesla. That's definitely a company that I see growing tremendously. And even if they have shortfalls during next year, there's always these recalls or news, right? So I'll definitely buy more of Tesla. That's definitely the innovation part of it. And with Elon Musk, that I'm a true believer of his vision. Definitely, they're gonna do great things. All right, now take a look at the cannabis industry. I mean, there were green as money's get it. I mean, that was great. So I'm a holder actually of quite a few of those companies. So today was a very green day. I'm hoping that it continues tomorrow. And again, I'm gonna probably sell here at the highs. The cannabis, I believe personally, will be highly volatile for quite a bit. They've been hurt. I'm actually Canadian, so when the Canadian cannabis started was legalized in Canada, this was huge. It went all the stocks were up, and then suddenly with all the legal issues and requirements issues and so on, I mean they significantly dropped big time. So I'm personally just making sure that I'm buying here at the lowest points that I can. If it goes up, perfect. I'm gonna take advantage of that, sell them. I'm not a long-term investment in any of the cannabis companies. I might get into one of those for the long term, perhaps. The companies I would consider probably would be something like the CGC, right? So Canopy. Maybe Kronos. I saw some good things. They're doing acquisitions as well for growth in the United States as well, like Canopy as well. And there might be a company in United States that I'll talk to maybe in another video. So listen, cannabis did pretty well today. So if you were an investor in cannabis, well, congratulations, you did good times today. All right, now let's take a closer look to the recovery stocks that I was talking about. So I found this really cool image here where it actually helped me a lot to actually just have a one pager here with all the companies that are in the booking, entertainment, and live events industry, airlines industry, cruises and casinos, hotels, and resorts. I'm a holder actually of a few of these and actually purchased them a bit before it started to boom before the news of Pfizer, so very happy about that as well. I did miss out on a few, but I mean, these I think will be volatile for a while, especially as COVID cases and death ratios unfortunately are still high. So I'm not expecting this to be booming at any time, very close in time. Disney has been actually, I'm a great fan of Disney. I mean, if you look at their charts, even post the news in March of COVID-19, where everybody just went down, Disney just grew, continued to grow, and that's most of their parks, as you know, right? They're closer, very limited access, right? So, and their growth has just been very exponential. I think they get great things. They added Disney Plus. They've been integrating some material. I have it on my channel. It's pretty cool. I mean, there's the Star Wars that I like to watch on that channel. And I think Disney's gonna do great. So I'm a great investor in this one. I really like it. I'm in the airlines. I think if you take a step back, right? So you have airlines, you have the booking, right? You have Las Vegas with all the casinos. You have the online DraftKings for those who are invested in this. Great opportunities, by the way. I think online is the future. Anything with e-commerce, you know, involvement is great to have. It's well positioned. You know, in mind I have really rapidly here, but you know, think about Alibaba in China. I mean, their COVID-19 is over. Alibaba is going to be great. So to keep in mind here, going back, so these are great companies to keep in mind. I think, you know, Carnival, you saw, I mean, they did pretty good in the stocks, but it's highly volatile, right? I mean, it's not tomorrow that we're going to have fully packed ships. As you know, a lot of these cruises got affected right off the bat in COVID-19. They were quarantined. I mean, so many things and protocols they need to develop, and I'm sure they will. But I'm personally not going to be invested in the cruises. I think that's going to be a bit harder for me to do. I don't see it as much as the airlines where they're still, even though the country could shut down and whatnot, there's still going to be traveling being done, right? And for various reasons, but also the vaccines, right? Transportation, they've confirmed that the airlines will be participating in this. Some of them actually have been doing great, some less. So definitely, personally, I am looking, and like I said, you know, I did hold American Airlines, you know, United Airlines, sorry, as well. So I think those are great companies to hold as well. Penn National Gaming, great corporation. I mean, despite COVID-19, these guys just are taking great decisions. It seems like they didn't even get affected by COVID-19. They've been actually growing really well. All right, guys, quick recap. So as you saw today, there was a switch from the home stocks and tech towards stocks in mainly Dow Jones and other ones where leisure and tourism actually increased and boosted today, right? So keep in mind though, this is today. Tomorrow could be different. I think it's going to be volatile. That's the main key here to keep. It's not because it's going down today that you should absolutely sell, especially do not sell. I think personally, I'm not selling at loss, especially for companies that I believe in. Again, to be careful, in companies that you believe they will do well in the long term, during or post COVID-19, I personally am not selling. I'm just gonna buy the dips. It's gonna be it's just gonna be even better once COVID-19 is finished. They're gonna be booming and you're gonna be happy. So hopefully, you know, you won't get too scared away by these kind of days where maybe some of your stocks got hit pretty bad. You know, if you believe in those companies, if you think they're well, if there's balance sheets are pretty strong, their earnings were strong as well, that you see a future in those companies, you believe in the vision of that company, you know, definitely, I personally wouldn't back up from those. I've been doing pretty well. I've been doing a lot of profits, so I'm gonna keep that mindset. Volatility comes from fear, but also emotions, opportunities. The fear of also missing out, right, on some trends. So make sure that on green days, you know, you're not buying those green stocks, you're buying the red stocks. Look at the red stocks. What are they telling you? Which companies that you have interest for? Do you feel comfortable to buy them at that price, or you feel that you should wait for more red days on those stocks? So be patient, be wise, and don't let fear eat you up because believe me, it pays out to be patient and wise on this one. So listen, if you have any questions, any comments, any stocks you'd like me to talk about, that you have stocks that you'd like to share with me, and feel free. I'm very happy to answer any questions. Please subscribe and hit that like button if you like the content today. And I'll see you soon. Peace out.